So we all have different colors of flexi bands. And depending on your strength and your preference, the yellow one is very, very flexible and almost like elastic. So that's quite lightweight. The blue one is what I'm recommending to most people to buy because it's of medium intensity. The pink one is also fairly medium, but not as flexible as the blue. And the purple one is the most difficult one of all because it's very intense. You need to be really strong when you use the purple one. So let's see just how we get on. Just pick up the band that you have and let's just work on our breathing first of all, because the breathing is very important. And if you take your band and just place it round your mid-back, like that. And I know this is revision for you, but there's no harm in going over it. So if we then cross the band over like this and stand nice and tall, and I want you to give it, it's fairly equal both ends. So what I want you to do is just breathe in and just lightly pull on the band as you breathe in. And then feel your ribs expand right into the band. And then exhale and allow the band to slacken and you'll feel your ribs contract. So breathe in again, stand tall, pull on the ends of the band and keep expanding as you breathe in. That's a very long inhalation, isn't it? And then exhale, start to release the band and just feel what's happening front, side and back of your ribs. Good. Now keep the band behind your back and we're going to pull the arms forward, and then out to the side. So you're stretching the arms wide, forward again, and then release your elbows back in. You can make it harder for yourself if you shorten the band. Let's go again. Forward. This is a well-known reformer exercise on the reformer machine. Open as wide as you can, bring the band forward and release elbows in to your waist. Forward, out, forward and in. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. One more time, breathing in, stretch those arms and back out. Fantastic. Good. Let's take this into rotation now. So let's bring one arm forward and let's rotate out to the side. So I'm turning. I'll stand side on. The arms are stretched forward, so you feel the traction. Open. Now keeping one arm stretching forward as I rotate out, and then I come back. It's quite hard work. Release for a wee rest. Breathe in. The other arm rotates out and behind. Feel that stretch in the front of your shoulder there, and then bring the arm back. One more time. Remember to keep your shoulders down as you go into your rotation. Quite a strong stretch actually. And last time, one arm stretches forward and the other arm goes back and behind. Now we're going to try this with a lunge, so you need a wee bit of a balance. So if I take my right foot forward and left heel back, I then lunge down. Now just lunge down as far as you feel comfortable, and then just open the band wide across the front of your shoulders, so you're getting really good posture and balance, front and back. Very important to stop this tendency to round. We all do it. We all tend to have a tendency to round through the upper back. But this exercise is simple enough for you to do So you can just bring the arms forward. Now you need a bit of traction on the band, so make sure you've got plenty of traction. And if you want to make it more difficult for yourself or more challenging, please shorten the band. Good. And then we'll hold it. We're going to change legs round and step back with your other leg, lunge, sinking down, tailbone dropping, and let's now do the rotation. So let's lunge with rotation. And let the head follow you. So it's a little bit more tricky, isn't it? To lunge back and turn, because you've got to keep your balance. You've got to keep your balance. How far can you comfortably turn in this position? Oh, got to really concentrate. And one last time to the other side. And coming back. And give your shoulders. I don't know about you, but I find that quite hard. Now, going to now take the band up to the ceiling. What we're going to do is go into a little back bend. So if you take the band above your head, above the crown of your head, and let your shoulders drop, and then would you try to keep your ribs connected to your pelvis as you go into a bit of a back bend. So you're opening up the front line of the body, and then release and stretch the band. Let your shoulders drop and just look up towards the ceiling and lift your breastbone. Keep that traction on the band. Can you feel the stretch? And then one more time, because it's a really good stretch. Lift, traction the band, and lift your breastbone. Good. And feel that openness under your armpits. And then bring the arms back down. Right, now we're going to go into side bend. Again, rest your shoulders or relax your shoulders. And we're just going to go into one exercise you're familiar with, is have the legs a little bit apart as you come into this lateral flexion here. And then breathe in as you center, shoulders down. Exhale over to the other side. That's it. It's a fantastic side bend, isn't it? When you use a flexi band, much more stretch, much more traction as you do this. Good. I wonder if we could add a side lunge to this. So I can step to the side and I can come into my side bend in a side lunge. Come back to center. That's it. Step to the other side. Lunge and side bend. Good. And back to center. Can we do it one more time? Step, bend your knee, side bend over, and pull the band down as much as you can. Step back to center. Last time. Step, lunge, and side bend over. Great stuff. Great, everyone. Fantastic. Looks good. And come back. Now we're going to do hammer curls for a change. So what we're going to do is stand in the middle of the band. This is where you hope your band's not too short. But we're going to put one foot in the middle of the band. Can you see me there? And I'm going to hold the ends in a fist. You see I've got a fist there. And hammer curls are different from biceps because this is what you do. I've got a slight lean forward, but I've got one leg behind me and I can feel my calf muscle stretch, the back calf muscle. And what we're doing is bringing the hands to the shoulders. Now I'm going to increase the tempo. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, elbows are into the side, 4, 5, 6, 7. See if you can get your elbows up, your fists up towards your shoulders. 8, 9, 10, and hold. And then release. Now I'm going to do one more step, but we're just going to change the feet over. So put your other foot in and stretch the other leg back, heel down, so you can feel the stretch through your back calf muscle. And let's do another set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, can you feel those muscles working? 10. Oh, well done. Now, I'm going to do what's called rowing now. So with the rowing, what I want you to do is just go back to the first leg, and we are going to lean. So you can see that my front leg is bent and I'm going to lean forward a little bit. My elbows are going to pull back now. So it's different from the hammer curve, the hammer exercise we've done. I want you to pull the elbows back. 1, 2, 3. Keep going while I let fill in. There we go. Keep going. There we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's change legs and do the same again. Second set. Stretch your back calf muscle, your back heel down, bend your front leg, and off we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull the elbows back. That's it. Keep your shoulders down. You don't want your shoulders to creep up. And you really want to build as much strength. Keep your body still, Laura. You see how my body's not moving? It's really just the arms that are moving, like that. The arms moving. Good. And then release the band. Now, coming into your squats, and I'm going to be taking this into a combi move. What I want you to do is sit back, sit your hips back, relax your shoulders down, and take the arms forward like this. So, sit back, stretch the band, and release. Sit back, stretch, hold. Are your feet tracking forward? Are your knees tracking forward? Can you look forward with your chest, shoulders down, and then come up, building up endurance. Let's try that again for the last time. Sit back with your hips, come down a wee bit lower if you wish. Pull the band apart. Could we just do tractioning the band in this position? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and up. Oh, that was quite hard work, wasn't it? Now, could we then take the band across the front of your thighs and really start to tone up the arms and the lats by pressing back? Press, press. Now you can see how straight my arms are. The body doesn't move. The only thing that moves is the arms. And it's pretty difficult. And I'm going to have to change to a different band because it's very hard. And pull back. Pull. That's a bit easier. And stretch back. Now, could we do a combi move? Could we squat? Could we come up into a heel raise? Press the arms back and bring the heels down. I'll come a little bit further back so you can see me. Squat. Heel raise. Press the arms back. Now, can you hold this position in a heel raise? Turn your head to the left, turn center, turn right, come center, and then bring your heels down. Yeah, very good. We'll do it one more time. Squat. Heel raise, pressing the arms back. Turn head, center, left, center, and bring your heels down. Good. Lovely. I like that move there. Now, coming down onto seated position. If you can manage to sit cross legs, that would be fabulous. If not, don't worry about it. Just sit in a comfortable position. And what I want you to do is place the band to your left-hand side. And what you're going to do is take the band into the opposite hand. Now, we're going to be stretching the band diagonally across the chest and taking it into rotation. So if you've got the band to the left hand side of your leg, left leg, outside edge, you're going to hold the band in your right hand. Secure the rest of the band down onto the floor with your hand and see if you can just stretch diagonally. And from this diagonal stretch, turn to a high diagonal. Really feel that lower hand pressing down into the mat and the right arm reaching up and behind, and then release. Opens up your whole body. Should we try that again? You can make it harder by shortening the amount of band between your hands. So if it's too easy, just tighten the band and stretch and rotate. So both arms are straight. Can you see that? Both arms are straight. And back down one more time. Turn your head, turn your hand, turn your spine up, look up to the top corner, and then release. Fantastic. Now I'm going to take the band over to the other side, the outside edge of my right knee. Left hand will hold my band because that is the opposite hand. And I'm going to secure the rest of the band underneath my hand on the mat. So this is my starting position here. And I'm going to stretch corner to corner to begin with, and then rotate and compare that to the other side, and then come back. I think I'll tighten my band a little bit more, make it a little bit shorter, so I can actually feel more resistance. I'm going to breathe in, and I'm going to breathe out and turn. That's it. Really opens you up. Great for rotation. Keep pressing the lower hand down into the mat and just feel it. Just feel it. Well done. Very good. Now, take the band behind your mid back, and we'll just keep it fairly secure. Keep it fairly short. And just see if you can practice this movement here, which is great if you've ever had a frozen shoulder or a problem with rotator cuffs. Then the elbows are into your waist, into your side, and you're just going to really stretch the band wide behind your back and then bring the elbows in. Yeah, it's a fantastic exercise. Let's try that again. Really works your upper back posture. Stretch wide, sit tall on your sit bones, release the band, elbows right into your side, and they are turned out. So feel the external rotation of this move. Keep lengthening up through your spine. Lengthen and bring the elbows in. Lengthen, shoulders down. And release the elbows back in. One more time. Breathe in. And exhale. Crown of head up towards the ceiling. Great. Now, going to take the band around your feet. Like this. That's it. And just flex your toes so your toes are up towards the ceiling. We'll just move back a little bit. And so what I'd like you to do again is to really make sure you're either sitting on some support if you need it for your lower back, but your sit bones are into the floor and you really are lengthening up. So you mustn't slouch in your lower back, and start to pull one elbow back. Pull one elbow back. So this is great for your obliques. And then pull the other elbow straight back. Again, what I want you to do is feel it. Can you feel it as you pull back? Release. Pull back. Head turning to look at your elbow pulling straight back behind you. So the elbow is quite close into your side. You feel that your elbow is close into your side as you stretch back. Let's do double pull. So pull. So we're going to do one of each. So we're going to do single to the other side, double pull back. So it's 1, 2, double. 1, 2, and double. Yes, well done. Now we start doing 3 double pull backs and a little bit of a roll back. So if you've got osteoporosis, you may just want to tilt back a little bit like a hinge. So here you can pull 1, 2, 3, and hinge back. I'm not tucking under with my tailbone. It's a hinge. I'm looking down at my tummy. I'm going to pull my tummy in and up. If you're okay with your bone density, you can pull 1, 2, 3. You can tuck under and you can go back a little bit further. Breathe in and then use your tummy to bring you up, not your shoulders, but your tummy muscles to bring you up. So find the one that suits you, either 1, 2, 3, hinge, go back. That's a much safer modification. Exhale, pull your tummy in, shoulders down and up. Or maybe you can go all the way down, tucking your tailbone under, head down onto the floor, looking up to the ceiling. Breathe in. As you exhale, lift your head, look down towards your tum and roll back up. That's it, heels sliding along the floor. And one more, one last time. Of course, the band is very kind and it does support your back. There isn't too much of a problem there with bone density anyway. So now we're going to now go into working your core with your legs in double knee fold. So you come down onto the floor and just make sure your band is fairly flat as you take it across your shins, your lower legs. And now you mustn't cheat, you must sort of try and have the band a little bit even. So the band has equal length either side. Hold the band between the web of your thumb and your index finger and keep your fingers long. So the knees mustn't really move towards the chest. Now to press down and literally touch the floor with the palms of your hands, okay? So you breathe in, exhale, and really feel your core and on the exhale engage as you touch the palms down into the mat and release and push down. So definite activation for your core muscles. Breathe in to prepare, exhale on the effort to press. The arms are straight. Arms are very straight as you do that. And the knees do not move and the lower legs stay absolutely stable. Can everybody feel it? Can you feel your core working there? Yes. Good. Now what we can do now is we can actually start to pulse a wee bit. So to pulse a little bit, your hands may not touch the floor this time, but you're going to go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to do two more sets. Right, breathe in. As you exhale, core engaged. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Still try to touch the floor with your hands. Last set. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release. Excellent. Now I'm going to now take the feet down for a rest, and then take the band between your hands above your eye gaze, long fingers, and we're going to think of focusing on your rib cage. So if the back of your ribs just now have come off your mat, could you press the lower back ribs down into the mat, and then think of being in a much more neutral position. Now the front ribs mustn't flare, so they stay connected to the pelvis as you traction the band and slowly take your arms back, back to a comfortable position. Keep your ribs connected. Don't let the ribs pop up. So the band may not be anywhere near the floor behind you. And then bring the band back up to center. So it's a really good exercise again for strengthening. Breathe in. Exhale, stretch the band between your hands. Double arm pull back. Keep the front ribs connected. Keep your tummy pulled in. Spine in neutral. And then release. These exercises are best done mindfully and carefully to get the most out of them. So 2 more is really good for you. And I'll just make sure that your ribs are not flaring up and you're keeping that connection. Fantastic. And then release. Now it gets a little bit harder now, so I'm going to give a modification. So you can either have one foot anchored with one leg in tabletop. Okay, that's a modification. Or you can have both legs in double tabletop, because we're going to stretch one leg, bring it back, stretch on the exhale, bring it back. Now I'm going to be combining both movements together, so you're going to get core working with the rib cage placement. Okay, so it goes like this. We're to breathe in. Exhale, double arm pull back with leg stretch out. Breathe in, return your knee and the band. Exhale, traction and stretch the leg. Remember, the lower the leg, the more challenging it is for your back. The higher the leg goes, the easier it is for your back. Keep exhaling as you pull the band overhead and go into your single leg stretch. Long exhalation. Good, Laura, that's it. Inhale to return. Yeah. Knee directly above the hip. Very good. That's it. Again, this is one of my favorite exercises to do because I think it's such a useful one. And finish off the last one you're on, and then bring one foot down at a time, because we're going to do something quite different next. So we are going to be taking the legs up to the ceiling. Now I'm going to put the band, flat band, round the soles of my feet. In fact, I'm taking my socks off, excuse me, because I don't want the band to slip. This is, I mentioned in the blurb that it might be good at one point to remove your socks, because you're going to be separating your feet in the band. So I have a much better grip with bare feet. Now, the feet, the insteps aren't going to touch. The legs don't need to be vertical. They don't need to be absolutely vertical. The legs can be lowered a little bit so that your sacrum and your coccyx is down. Keep your elbows anchored into the mat. Now this is going to work your leg muscles and your core. So you're going to prise the band apart and release. Prise apart and release. I'll come this way if anybody's not sure. You just pull the legs apart like that, There you go. And release. Pull, release. You're working out lots of inner thigh muscles. Try to keep your legs straight if you can. So don't be afraid to lower your legs down as you pull the feet apart. Can you feel that? So you really have to exhale on the effort to pull and then release. Exhale, press and pull apart and then release. Quite hard work for the legs, isn't it? But keep the whole of your sacrum down onto the floor. Now, keep the legs still. This is what we're going to do now. We're going to have straight arms holding halfway up. And I'm going to pull. Again, you're going to feel your core working. Straight legs, straight arms, long fingers. Exhale, press. Palms into the floor, feet to ceiling, and release. Exhale, press. So, belly button, pulling back into the spine, core engaged as you exhale, press. And press. That's it. Straight legs. Now, do you think we could do one of each? So it goes like this. Open the feet. Stretch the band between your feet. Pull the arms down. Stretch the feet apart. Press down with your hands. Open, press. Open, press. And that is the combi move. Well done. Just take your time. You can choose whatever speed that suits you but if you're unsure, take it slowly to get good technique. Yeah, that's it. Now, finish that one off, and I'm going to go into bicycle with my right leg in the band. Now, it's different from the single leg stretch, okay? What happens here is that I have the band round my right foot only. Both legs are in tabletop and my elbows are into the floor. And I'm going to just stretch one leg, the leg in the band stretches out, and then the other knee comes in, and I cycle and change. So this is my bicycle. And it's a little bit like single leg stretch, but it's not. Because what you're doing is stretching with one leg out, other knee pulls in towards your chest, and then you change. Everybody got the rhythm. Elbows are anchored. Yes. And really stretch. So as much as one leg is stretching out in front of you, the other knee is coming in, pulling in. Yeah, that's it. Good. Now, we're going to just do it quickly. We're going to go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Now, what happens now is that the left leg is going to stretch long along the floor, or just hovering. Left leg just hovering off the floor. Both legs are straight. We go into scissors. So the right leg goes down and the left leg goes up. 1, 2, 3. Try to keep your legs straight. 4. The band helps. 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. The straight leg figures. 9 and 10. Now we then put the left foot into the band, left leg in knee fold, right leg joins it in knee fold, and we stretch the left leg out as the right knee comes into the chest, and we bicycle. 1 and 2 and 3. Now the pelvis is staying absolutely stable, so you need your core switched on. The only thing that's moving are your legs. Yes, and let's go. 5 and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Now, ready for scissors. So, left leg up to the ceiling, right leg long, hovering off the floor, and we go 1, and 2. Strong core, 3, and 4, and 5. Keep the legs straight, and the pelvis stable, and 8, and 9, and 10. Well done. Very good. Knees to chest. Lose the band for a moment. That was amazing, everyone. And now we're going to feel our bottoms and our hips tone up. So the next exercise is great for toning up your bum. Okay, so we will be in 4-point. Now, the best way of doing this next exercise is to say put your right foot into the middle of the band. So I'm onto a high knee position here. Now, I'm going to make fists with my hands, which is unusual because normally we have flat hands on the floor when we're in 4-point. But I'm going to keep my hands in fists, and I'm going to make sure my foot doesn't slip out of the band. So, really, really good, this one. I mean, you'll find it hard work, but slide your shoulders down and draw your belly and your ribs up. And then please slide your right leg out. Right leg out like that. So you've got a straight right leg. Now you'll feel it toning up your hips. Bring the knee in a little bit. Exhale, stretch. In and stretch. Shoulders down. Really think of the leg being long. A long stretch through your leg, toning up into your bottom. So you're exhaling as you stretch the leg. And we do 2 more, 2 more. Keep your head lifted, don't let your head drop. I know it's a wee bit fiddly with the band sometimes. Now, hold the straight leg, lifted in line with the hip. Tap, lift, tap, lift, tap, lift. Keep the leg straight. Can you feel it? Can you go? 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release. And can we go into a shell stretch after that? Because that is quite hard. So stretch your arms, stretch your hips towards your heels, relax your head, and just breathe into your back ribs. We've still got the other side to do. So let's change over now. We've had a wee rest, and we'll do the shell stretch again at the end of the next side. So left foot right into the middle of the band, hold the ends with a fist, and place your hands down in that fist position underneath your shoulders. Knees are level. Draw your belly up, lift your head, slide your shoulders down, so head in line. Now, start to press. Press that left leg back in line with the hip and just hold it and feel the stretch. Release the knee in, exhale out. 2, 3, 4. Hard work. 5, and 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold it. Hold it in line with your hip and tap down, lift. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and release the band. and back into your shell pose. My goodness me, I'm sure you could feel that. Allow your hands. Why not just let your wrists twirl, let your fingers twirl, because that's quite hard on your wrists as well. Well done, everybody. Now, that was probably one of the most difficult ones. So we're going to do prone breaststroke, and the band goes just behind your mid-back, like that. And if you could secure the band just sort of fairly tightly in towards your chest, so you can feel the traction there. And then could you just bring your arms into your usual swan dive position, like I have in the camera, legs a little bit apart if you have a back issue, and just relax the front part of your feet. And simply to start with, slide those shoulders down into your back pockets. Now pull your tummy in, and I'm going to get you to just to exhale. I know I'm going to exhale you up, inhale down. Exhale, slide shoulders, belly pulls in and down. So what you're doing is working your back muscles with resistance of the band. So you're having to really push up, back of head, upper back, mid-back, pushes up against the resistance of the band. So you have to be strong with your hands and quite tight and secure with the band behind your back. Now, can I just do a little add-on now? Can you exhale up and the chest is just lifted a little bit? Stretch your arms wide. So their arms are wide as you're lifted. Bring them back in and lower down. Exhale, lift, stretch the arms, bring them back, lower down. Exhale, lift and stretch. And back and lower down. Do 2 more for me. Slide your shoulders. That's it. Stretch. Bring the arms back, lower down. Hope this isn't going into anybody's back. If it is, you just need to squeeze your bottom more and maybe not lift the chest. And last one. Good. And then just take your band away, and could you just hold the band above your head? Just going to go into a little flutter. So only a short amount of band between your hands and long fingers. And I hope I've got enough room. I'm just going to gaze down into the mat, lift both legs just off the floor, traction the band. You could keep the band down if you like, but traction it and just flutter. Flutter your feet, keep your pubic bone down into the mat, straight legs, and a little bit of a flutter. And you have to breathe in for 5 and breathe out for 5 and breathe in for 5 and breathe out, so that you have the energy to flutter your legs without running out of steam. And we'll do 1 more set of 5 and 5 out, and then we'll rest. Oh, well done. And we're now going to go into a bridge with a difference. So just going to take the band now. This is a bit unusual. I'm going to actually take the band around my right foot and make sure your left foot is flat into the floor, because what we're going to do is we're going to bridge up, keeping the elbows into the floor, close to your waist, right leg long to the ceiling. And then we're going to have to push through your left foot. So you're going to have to strengthen your left hip as you lift your hips and lower down. So it's just a bum lift. So you lift, lower, lift, lower. Keep the leg as straight to the ceiling as you can in the band, and really work through your left foot, left hip, and feel the toning up. Now, I wonder if you can keep lifted. Can you keep lifted with your bottom off the floor and just see if you can lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. You managing to keep your bottom up? And then could we then go knee in, knee out, knee in, leg out, knee in, leg out, knee in, leg out. Well done. Bring your bottom down, change your feet. So now the left foot is into the band, to the ceiling, right foot flat on the floor. So you're going to have to strengthen your right hip and right glute. Now, elbows anchored close into the waist and push up and down. Up, straight leg up to the ceiling like an arrow. So strong through the right foot. Try not to let the leg move. It just goes up and down with your hip. That's it. Lift. Can you feel the amount of strength that you need to push up and down? 2 and 3 and 4 and 5. Now we're going to stay up, stay up, stay up. Lower the leg. Lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift, lower, lift. Good. Knee in, stretch the leg out. 2. Bend in, stretch. 3 and 4 and 5. Last one. 6. Well done. Bring your bottom down. Oh, and lose the band. Fabulous. Now, we're going to now go into sort of the last part of the class, which is seated spine twist. Now, no band required for this one. Is rather a nice stretch. So, if you have your right leg long and extended along the floor, just make sure you're sitting tall on your sit bones, and you bring your left foot up and over your right. Okay. Now, left arm, because I've got my left leg up and over, foot flat, my left arm comes up. Right hand is going into the floor. I'm now going to turn and I'm going to bring my left hand, try and bring my left hand onto the floor parallel to my right hand. So now I can press both hands into the floor, but I'm in rotation. And then bring your left arm back. So we're going to try that again. Lengthen up through that left hand, rotate, bring the left hand down beside the right hand, press. Can you feel that stretch? And then release. Good. Now I'm going to swap the legs over and bring the left leg long, right leg, right foot over. And so the right arm comes up. Now you may notice a difference in your flexibility here, at least I do. Left hand is flat into the floor. Bring it down and rotate. Press both hands flat into the floor. Can you feel that twist? And then bring the arm back up, lengthen up, and exhale and press. Oh, I find that hard on one side compared to the other. Good. Now, get your band and sit in the middle of the band now. So I'm just going to place my band flat along the mat. Find the middle. And this is for triceps. So you can sit whichever way you like, but you're going to have to grab both ends of the band, sitting on it, and we are going to stretch. Now, great for toning up your triceps. So lengthen one, straight arm up and down. Other arm lifts and release. So alternate arms, reaching, lowering, reach. Try to get your arm beside your ear. That's it. Can you now do both? Let's try both. Stretch up both. That's it. Keep your head between your arms and release. Stretch up both. Feel your spine lengthen up and release. Last time. And stretch up. Well done. And release. Very good. Now just a little left arm now. I'm going to try and take this into a wee side bend. We're nearly finished, but left arm and just stretch. Then release the left. Right arm up and side bend. One more time each side. Lift. Side bend, so you're getting that extra resistance. This side, keep your sit bones absolutely grounded. Oh, I'm shaking my arm. And then we're just going to finish with the last move. We're just going to take one foot in front and just stretch the other leg into the band. That's it. See, it's much easier, isn't it, when you have one foot bent in? And all you're going to do is sit as tall as you can, flex the foot, point, flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. Change the feet. Bring the other leg in. Lengthen up from the sit bones and sit tall, chin tucked. Flex, point, flex, point, flex, point. The arms don't move. That's it. Both legs join. So both feet into the band, toes to the ceiling. Feel now lengthen up. Now it's not about getting your chest towards your thighs. It's about hinging. So you lengthen up, you pull your tummy in and you hinge from the top of your hip crease. So I am not going into flexion. And what I feel is a stretch down the back of my legs. That's it. It's a very gentle move forward, tilt forward without rounding anything in your back. That's it. And we have it. So I shall just mute everybody and stop the recording now.